What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the Pga Dfs first look. This week we're here to talk about the At&T Byron Nelson, and it's going to be played at TPC Craig Ranch. This is only going to be the second time that we have seen this course on the PGA Tour. It's been used for Q School and I believe a couple of Korn Ferry events in the past, but we really only have 1 year of data to work with when it comes to the PGA Tour, and that was in 2021. The course before this was Trinity Forest, and wasn't the most popular course, on tour. So they moved it here starting last year, and it was extremely easy. We had 6 players reach the 20 under or better mark. Despite 20-mile-per-hour winds on the weekend, it was still the 5th easiest course on tour, and this week's field is a lot better than it was at this event last year. Everyone's kind of gearing up for the PGA Championship next week, so we are going to see some extremely low scores this week. Overall, it's a par 72 that measures 7,468 yards. The four par 5s are all reachable by pretty much everyone in the field as long as you hit a good drive. In terms of the approach shot distribution, 35% of the approach shots last year were hit from 200 plus yards. Now, this could be due to the fact that there are 4 par 5s and some longer holes on the scorecard. Could be due to the fact that we only have 1 year of data to work with, so that number may come down a little bit this year, but we definitely can expect a lot of 200 plus yard shots, so I am going to be looking at proximity from 200 plus yards. In terms of the difficulty, fairways were easy to hit last year. The greens were easy to hit. The scrambling success rate was pretty high. The 3-putt percentage was pretty low. So pretty much anything that you can think of was easy on this course relative to the PGA Tour standards. More of a second shot golf course in my opinion, even though we will be seeing a lot of drivers. Typically when fairways and greens are easy to hit, it turns into a putting contest. So I'm looking at off the tee, I'm looking at approach, I'm looking at putting. The greens themselves feature bent grass if you do like using putting splits. The fairways are made of zoysia grass, which provides some very good lies from the fairway. And yeah, I'm not putting too much weight onto course history since we only have 1 year of data to work with, and since this will be a birdie fest. Typically, the lower the scoring in terms of making a lot of birdies, the more variance gets brought into play. So it's going to be a tricky week for sure. It is a full field, 156 golfers, top 65 and ties are going to make the cut and see the weekend, and a lot of golfers are going to be just gearing up for next week. So who knows what their true motivation is for this event. So it should be a fun but tricky week. As far as the comps that I'm looking at, I am looking at strokes gained on easy courses, so easy relative to par. So guys that play the best on easier courses, you have JT, DJ, Sam Burns, Seamus Power, and Jonathan Vegas. In terms of the whole yardage breakdown at TPC Craig Ranch, so what I do is I take how many par 3s are between 175 to 200, how many par 4s are between 450 500, how many par 5s, and so on and so forth at this specific course, and then I apply those to the scoring buckets for each individual golfer to kind of come up with the rating system here. We have Scotty Scheffler, Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas, Sam Burns, and Taylor Gooch. So 3 of the same 5 that we talked about with the easy courses, and then comp 2 is just going to be strokes gained on par 72 courses. Will Zalatoris, Justin Thomas, Scotty Scheffler, Jordan Spieth, and Taylor Gooch. In terms of the stats that I'm looking at, I have 9% weight to off the tee, 3% to good drive percentage, 3% to driving distance. I think just given the fact that the fairways are wide and easy to hit, I would rather look at distance than accuracy. But for the most part, just strokes gained off the tee is probably your best bet. Big weight to strokes gained approach. Pretty small weight just ball striking in general, which is just a combination of off the tee and approach. I wanted more approach, so that's why I kind of bumped this one down a little bit. I like to use these columns here just to kind of see how players are trending. So Charlie Hoffman over the last 18 months, very good ball striker. Over the last 10 months, not great, and this year just terrible. So this is kind of just 3 columns that I like to use to see how players are trending in terms of their ball striking. Jason Kokrak's another one that's kind of trending in the wrong direction. Let's see if we can find one trending in the right direction. So somebody like Keith Mitchell. So, pretty good ball striker. He's gotten even better over the last 10 months, even better this year alone. Then proximity, this is mostly from 200 plus yards. So guys that really hit their long irons well, if I sort correctly. You got Smotherman, who's been very good with the ball striking recently. Justin Thomas, Adam Svensson, who was my pick for a top 10 last week at 20-1. Got off to a really good start on Thursday, and then I think he shot 9 over par on Friday to miss the cut. CT Pan's been playing some good golf. Lee Hodges, another name that has been very boomer bust, but has shown some upside. He's one of the KFT graduates. You have green regulation, pretty high weight to birdie or better, pretty low weight to strokes gained around the green, because I don't think scrambling is going to play that big of a role this week. And then pretty big weight to putting, because everyone's going to be hitting these greens, and if that happens, it's going to be somewhat of a putting contest. So overall stat rankings, you have JT up top, Scheffler, Zalatoris, Burns, and Xander. And again, if you decide to join RG Premium, you get access to this model. You can go through and customize it the way you want it to be. So if you just want to look at birdie makers, you can bump these up as much as you would like. You can go through. There's only 1 year course history, so I only have it at 2%, but you can bump that up or down. You can put a weight on Vegas odds if you just want to look at the guys that rate out well compared to their salaries compared to their Vegas odds. You have your form as well. And then once you do, you'll come up with your own ratings, which are hidden right now, and you can upload those to Lineup HQ. You can build your own lineups with your own ratings, which I think is the very best part of DFS, is just tinkering with models and making them your own, and then kind of using those results in your lineups. So that's what I'm looking at this week. As always, I'm around to answer any and all questions. We'd love to have you join RG Premium. Hop in the Discord. We have a fun golf channel in there that we're talking pretty much every day of the week, about the upcoming golf tournament. So want to wish everyone the best of luck, and we'll catch you back here next week for the PGA Championship.